What's going on YouTube? This is Lord Prime back with another video. And today we'll be taking a look at the brand new Transformers Studio Series Core Class Mohawk. So, for those people who haven't seen Transformers: The Last Knight, the fifth movie, this is one of Megatron's goons that he kind of like bailed out of jail. He really didn't get a lot of screen time. Kind of a unique character, and I'm super happy that they made this guy into a character, or this guy into a figure, because if you've seen the movie, the guy is honestly quite comical. So here he is in his robot mode, and this is a pretty interesting little figure. I actually kind of enjoy it. So if we get in here, check out all of his sculpted detail. He's mainly just molded in metallic gray plastic. There's really not a lot going on with him. He does have a little bit of paint on him. In the movie, he looked like he got spray painted in all reality. So he does have, like, some paint running all over him, and mainly green and white, and then he has some green on his face right there. Black and red for the eyes, gold for his teeth, because he was like a little gangster, little thug. And, yeah, when I saw the tease for this guy, I just laughed. I was like, they're really making this guy into a studio series. I was like, wow, this is great. I love it. But they didn't make Wheelie. They made this instead of Wheelie. I was kind of disappointed, but oh well. It is what it is. Maybe we'll get him. So for articulation-wise, though, he does have a ball at the hip right here. No waist articulation due to the transformation. A half knee joint. I don't know what you want to call that. Ball joint at the foot. He does have a hinge right here at the top of the bicep or the elbow. So he does have double jointed elbows, which I think that's mainly due to the transformation. Ball joint at the shoulder, and then he has a swivel for the head. So he's pretty posable. The problem is that I find with this guy, there's no ankle rockers. They're trying to get him to pose. Like you can get an ankle rocker if you kind of get it like that, but then it'll look dumb. So getting a pose out of him, trying to get him to stand, it's kind of a pain. I feel like they could have done something better, but with his motorcycle mode and how he looked in the movie, I get it. But at the same time, still though, they could have cut a little bit of this plastic off and at least gave somewhat of a rocker. But it is what it is. It's a core class. It's not a deluxe Voyager or a leader, so I'm not really gonna sit here and really complain about it. So he does have a feature. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, he does have a movable jaw. So a feature that he does have, so if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, he doesn't get killed in a sense. We don't really know what happens to him after the fact, but he's in a warehouse. He's running around looking for Megatron. He's like, yo, Megatron, where you at? Whatever the hell. And Bumblebee pretty much shoots him, disintegrates his body, and then his head just rolls around, and then he's like, he says like, oh, that ain't right, or whatever the hell he says. But they added that feature to where you can literally pop his head off, and it's like a little peg here, so you can put like a blast effect on there and have his body laying there and have his, head all, have him all decapitated and crap. But while this is a cool feature, I do see this in the future, especially when this guy is used. If you find him in your hole-in-the-wall toy shop or whatever, you're probably gonna find him like this, especially if someone had him on display and they just threw him in a box of figures or whatever. I definitely see this being a problem, and trying to find, if you buy one that's like this and you're trying to complete them or whatever, buying ahead, I feel like that's going to be quite an issue. It is a cool feature that they did. I do commend them for that. I do enjoy that. But it kind of puts you in a way to where you're gonna have to buy this guy in box, brand new. I don't know if his prices are gonna soar, or if he's gonna be expensive, or I have no idea. But if you're definitely gonna buy him used, he's probably not gonna have the knife, and his head's probably gonna be gone, so you're pretty much just gonna be stuck with this. So you can still transform him without the head, but you're pretty much going to be keeping him in motorcycle mode and all that. So in all reality, so that's kind of I definitely see that being a problem later down the road. Accessory wise though, pretty much all he comes with is this little knife. Just a standard old little knife, nothing really crazy. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't remember him having a knife in the movie. I think he had like a little pistol or whatever. But oh well. I mean, he has an accessory, so you know, oh well, doesn't really matter. So he's nice. He's definitely a goofy looking one, but you know, he's still cool. I enjoy him. So let's see if I can get him to stand to do a comparison. This is going to be interesting. Come on now. Can you stand? Can you stand? He says no. No standing for him. Come on. I have to like lean him forward or whatever. Kind of have to like lean him forward, but oh well. So stay. Stay. Okay. Now for his size comparison, here he is with the Buzzworthy B, little core class Bumblebee. And yes, this is the first release, the 2-pack that came with the Legacy Optimus in the trailer. That is the reissue. This is the original one. This is the one that you got in a Buzzworthy set. So, because people would be like, oh, that's the Legacy 2-pack one. No, because this has black instead of the gray. So, but if I can get him to stand up straight, he's pretty, he's not taller than him, but, oh, he's actually standing. I'm surprised. So, there's your sense of scale right there. He's not that big. He's about the same size of the, maybe the Terracons from Rise of the Beast, those core class ones. Or maybe they're a little shorter. I don't know. But, so yeah. Robot mode, pretty good. Skinny, kind of reminds me of Movie 1 Frenzy, which I hope they make a Studio Series figure of that. But, oh well, it is what it is. So let's get him into motorcycle mode. Now, the transformation for this guy is, for a core class, this is, man, I enjoy the transformation, but what I've kind of noticed lately, especially the past reviews, you really have to line everything up perfectly in order for this to work, or else it's just going to look like a mangled mess. So, transformation-wise, what we're going to do, first, take the head. You're going to want to rotate it. I like to rotate it just to get a majority of the stuff out the way. Straighten this out. Take this head, fold it back. Now, there's like a little groove right here. You can probably see right there. And it's kind of going to go, it's going to rest where that eye is. So we're just going to put that there. The instructions tell you to have the head the other way. But what I've noticed is when the head is forward, the legs, they kind of fold over. They don't like to clip together. So I found this to be, if you just invert the head, it makes the transformation so much easier. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the arms, you're going to fold them over like that. Now on here, you're going to see there is a peg on the elbow, and there's a hole right here. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to put that peg and that slot right there. See the two connecting points. Jesus Christ. So you're going to have to take this, move it up here on this hinge. It's kind of a tight hinge. Move it up and then kind of just align everything up. There you go, like that. See how it looks all wonky? This is kind of where you're going to have to move everything over, get everything straight and aligned, or else it's just going to look all kinds of funky. So do the same thing on that side. Rotate it around. Then you have those two connecting points. Same on the other side. You're going to want to fold up on that joint right there, where the ball peg kind of has that pin to the torso. Move it up there. And then kind of just play with it a little bit just to get everything lined up. It's kind of a pain, but it's really not that bad once you get used to it, like always. So there you go. That's pretty much what you are looking like right there. The general look. So there you go. Get the legs down, take this motorcycle piece, the front of it, rotate it that way. Then you're going to take the legs, straighten out the foot, fold the legs back just a little bit, rotate them up here, and then you're going to see that there's a slot right here. It's going to go into that square peg. It's going to rest right in there. So you're going to take it, put it in that slot. Should just tab right into there. You kind of can't see it. It's a little tough, but it's going to rest in there. Do the same thing on the other side. It's going to rest in that slot area like that. There you go. And then you're going to peg the feet together like so. Take these leg sections. Oh wait, I actually have the head backwards. Do I? I actually have the head backwards. Wow. Okay. You can see. So this is really what I meant. What I was talking about. So the feet, they run into the back of his Mohawk. So I actually had the head the right way. My fault. I'm actually just gonna pop the head off and then put it back on the right way. If it'll let me, I might have to undo the arm and move this whole thing out the way. That sucks. Oh well. 'Tis what it is. Uh-oh. Yeah, see? This is why I don't really follow the instructions all that well. Because the instructions tell you to have that head. It tells you to spin the head. That's what it was. It told you to spin the head around. But the feet run into the back of the fin of the Mohawk. So you actually have to keep the head straight. That's the step that I was missing. So it folds. So it actually lays all the way back into that groove right there. That's what I was getting wrong. So. Oh no, I dropped him. He died. Anyway. He died, he did. So we're just going to repeat that step. Peg all that in. Here we go. Fold that over. Fold the peg in there. Make sure everything's lined up. I didn't know that. So like when I first bought this and I was messing with it, I had a hard time getting those legs over. And I was like, what the heck? I'm doing what the instructions told me to do. So I found out that if you just flip the head around like that, if the head's just facing the back wheel, then you won't have the clearance issue for the legs. So we're going to split the legs again. Line up those. Really, cat? Come on, get out the way. Get out the way. There we go. Put those tabs in there. Connect the feet again. And then fold the feet. And there's a groove right on the feet. Right there, that little square groove. It's going to go right into that square peg. It kind of just falls into place there. Just like that. Make sure everything's tabbed up. Everything's straight. Drop them again. Dang, hopefully I don't break this thing. But there you go. There you have him in his motorcycle mode. And yeah, this is a really nice little motorcycle. When I first saw the movie, I was confused. I was like, what kind of motorcycle is that? Looked it up. It's actually a real motorcycle, so they didn't like build it for the movie. This is a real production bike, so that's pretty cool. Coming in here for the details, you see there's white for the headlights, red for that front caliper, and then all the leg details transition to. See the black there for the shocks or for the springs, and then gold there for the some component. Gold right there as well. Black for the handlebars. Nothing on the back. You see some black right there for the rear shock, but it's a pretty cool little bike. Pretty chunky. Actually, this is pretty much how I'm gonna have him, and pretty much how I'm gonna display him. So I think this is probably I think this is better than the Core Class Rise of the Beast RC mode, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, that transformation, that transformation is just I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. But yeah, there's a little peg on the side of the body for the knife, so you can store that. Kind of doubles as a kickstand. If you want to kind of like hold them straight. So that's cool. A little bike mode, pretty slick. Now, for a size comparison, here he is with the Core Class Bumblebee. So you can get a rough size comparison. I would have compared him with the Rise of the Beast Core RC, but I don't know where I put her. I had her in my Rise of the Beast display, but I don't know where she went. So there you go. But yeah, all around, strong bike mode. It does definitely look a little bit like a cluster in all reality. You know, it's kind of hard to tell, like, it's a, you know, it's not a Cybertronian motorcycle or a real bike. You know, you really can't tell, like, there's like a seat. Like, I mean, I guess that right there kind of looks like a seat, but it's definitely, I mean, it's cool, but it's definitely something different. So now for the final review. Cool. Surprised I didn't drop on that time, but you know, it is what it is. But final review, pretty cool. I definitely think that this is gonna have some problems in the future, especially getting him loose, out of box. Maybe people, and this is also an issue too, with these new Transformer packaging, people are just going to snatch the head off. And then you're going to buy one without a head, or, which, I mean, it's a common issue. I've seen it a lot with the Game Reverse Megatron. Definitely seen that a lot. I had to go to like 4 stores just to find one that didn't get his freaking head robbed. But yeah, I definitely see this being an issue, getting him loose. But other than that, get him brand new. Supposedly, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. So, yeah, I think he's pretty cool. This is kind of weird, you know, especially since they haven't really, that to my knowledge, they haven't done any, you know, last night other Decepticons, you know, so kind of putting him in a display, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but he kind of won't fit really into any display unless you have, like, you know, the last night mainline ones, and yeah, you can throw him in there and be like, oh, there he is, there's the team, you know. But yeah, I actually like this one. If you see him, get him. Now, he did just come out. I haven't seen him in stores. I haven't seen him on Walmart or Target or anything. I found this at GameStop, actually. And I also found Scorponok, but I didn't get him because just not a big fan of that design. But yeah, so he's out. Grab him. He's fun to mess around with. Just make sure if the instructions tell you to rotate the head and then fold it back, just don't even bother, because it won't even, the legs won't line up. So just fold the head back like that. It'll work just fine. So yeah, fun little figure. So yeah, I mean, that's really the only gripe that I have with it, is just the transformation is a little wonky, but it's a core class bike former with a weird lanky design, so I really can't hold it against it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't think he's gonna stand. See if I can get him to stand for the outro. Stay cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I say just, you see him, get him. I think he'll be a great addition to your collection. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, Lord Prime out.